My journey with grief and trauma started at a young age, and it became a part of my life story. And after school, I decided to study in a counseling direction and in pastoral counseling to find methods of helping people work through grief and trauma. That was a long time ago. And I really can say that my own life has also been a journey in recovery from trauma, traumatic events, grief recovery from major losses. It is my passion as well as my calling to help people with recovery and with dealing with loss and with trauma. And my business name captures the essence of what I do, in that I meet people where they are at and help them to rise and to grow, and then to lead themselves and others higher. I have a firm belief in post-traumatic growth, and that can come after a grief journey or a traumatic incident recovery. I'm an encourager, and I'm a keen appreciator of people's personal stories. I'm a sympathetic person, but I'm also someone who can just be there in the space with a person in their pain and hold that space for them with understanding, with good protocol, with methods, and in practice, understand what people actually went through when they describe either their confusion or their pain or their very difficult questions. My hobby is gardening, and I'm a very passionate gardener because I find that the garden is a place where the cycles of growth are most evident, and also a safe place to engage with the cycles of life and death. But I've learned a lot from nurturing living plants. The most important aspect that I pull through into my therapy sessions is the seasons. Whether we like it or not, we often have unrealistic expectations of life, and we don't believe that bad things are going to happen to us, or we would prefer not to think about the fact that someone we love is going to leave this earth at some point. And when that happens is when we as humans realize how much grace we really need. I use the metaphor of garden and what a garden represents when working with recovery in humans, because I regard our hearts, where we carry our loved ones and our memories and our emotions, as a natural inner garden. And I use this metaphor to help people feel comfortable with their recovery process. A garden is a place that needs nurturing, and so are we as humans. We need nurturing, but we also need to thrive, and we have that desire to thrive. But sometimes there are so many weeds that come up in our life and in our circumstances, and we need some help with pulling them out because they deny us the growth that we actually seek. And at other times, it's the seasons of life that impact on us, the seasons of life and death, the cold and the dark days. And we forget that there is a spring and that it always comes around. And that we sometimes just need someone who can take us and come and stand next to us in a space where we are and walk us through, help us to get to that place where we can again appreciate life. But life is filled with losses. And I believe that each of us have our own gifting in this life. And my gifting is to come alongside people who suffer in terms of grief and who are affected, so that their lives can again find peace and stability in a process of recovery.